I think I should invest it in regions as it was mentioned, because I think that the return that, as it was mentioned to this morning on the big cities, is quite compressed, and that it could be a way to manage a portfolio with something where you have a very low rate of return on big cities and take your risk into region development. That could be an interesting stuff, and create a market and work on a market for new buildings in regional cities, which are very strong, as it is in France or in Germany or even in northern Europe. I think there is a clear market moving from these regions, which are very offensive, and the activities are moving fast. So yes, for instance, if you look at the development of Barcelona in the last 10 years, it was cities that we didn't spoke about 10 years ago, or 10 or 15 years. It has becoming a big regional city and a big player in 15 years. So that could happen to some regional cities, I think, in the next 5 years. It depends if you want your money back in 12 months or in 5 years.
For you, Frank, I'm very patient. That's fine.
You know, as in Caisse de dépôt, we are very patient.
Good. So regions and with a development kick on it. Interesting. Okay, Raphaël.
Well, no surprise. I think I will just buy my own company. Our NAV is 500 million euros, so I will do it. The rationale behind that is I noticed the imbalance between the buy and the sell side on the office sector, the first ring of Paris, which is exactly where are located our assets. So we should be in a very good place to benefit from this cap rate compression, thanks to this imbalance. So definitely, if it happens, it will mean that return on equity or total share return, depending on accountings of financial approach, would be between 8 and 10% annual, which is rather good for core office assets. So I won't change my position.
Okay, excellent, thank you.
Well,
you're going to tell me you're a lawyer, aren't you, Alfred? But we don't.
I'm simply saying that crazy lawyers never calculate. Judex non calculate, as we say. But on the other side, this morning I got from your picture something I found very striking. I saw New Zealand return 12-14%, risk nearly close to zero. I think I would try to find out if they're not an asset for me at 12%. I don't know what I can invest over there, but that looked striking to me, at least. Very simple one. Then second, I think there's always saying that there's not sufficient supply. That triggers certainly the thought that we should team up with one of the developers and spend, let's say, 100, 200 million with the developers doing that properly well in France or somewhere else, particularly where assets are missing. I would say that would be sensible for me. And then simply for pleasure to do something in Spain. I think Spain and Portugal we have not spoken about, but I think Portugal is certainly just very down and normally following close to Spain. So I would say, as Portugal is a small market, I would try to get another 50 million or 100 million over there in a hotel or in residential or something where you can do both. So I think that would be my line of thought in order to spend 500 million euros.
Okay, great, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I do agree with you regarding the forward sale. I mean, and it is true that number of investors, I'm sure amongst you are looking for now back to forward sale. I mean, and it's not easy to find. Having said this, I would dream and like to have some sort of 4 pockets actually, to core plus, added value, and opportunistic. No, more seriously, what I would, let's say, I would focus my money on this market, letting market, where the letting level, rental level is between 400 and 500 euros per square meters first. So location like in the Paris 13 left bank, or Batignolles 17, or Boulogne, or Issy-les-Moulineaux, where I think this is sort of area you can benefit from rational, practical floor plates, at a reasonable level, rental level, because I think the real problem of France is currently the profit margins that the company are able to deliver. And if you don't have any profit margin, you don't pay high rent. This is the first thing I will do. After that, I will look at and focus on where there is some sort of recovery or sentiment of recovery or new departure. And I will focus my money also in La Défense. We're talking about 14% of vacancy rate, but actually, and you're going to hear about new signature, the vacancy rate of La Défense is decreasing tremendously, and we're going to see we're going to be more than 2 billion euro invested in La Défense. It's not because some other people are doing it that you should do it. It's because there is real reason, fundamentals, to believe, for instance, rental value are quite different now between Arc de Triomphe and La Défense. Yield are quite different between La Défense and Arc de Triomphe. So there is the real fundamentals. And now to conclude on where I also put my money, I would say added value, yeah, forward sale, and opportunistic. You were talking about Portugal. I mean, we know that Chinese have already bought an insurance company, CeGeREAL insurance company in Portugal. I still wonder about this, let's say, tremendous increase of investment volume in Spanish with 25% unemployment. I mean, maybe I would say it's too late. And I'm with opportunistic pocket. Might be interesting to scratch the door of, let's say, Italian, but it's another story because you need to understand how the process is actually.
Okay, good, thank you. Thomas?
Yeah, quite simple. I would invest 400 million euros within, where I am now in Paris or London, into residential mid-class developments at the edge of the city, maybe mixed use. I would invest 80 million in housing in Berlin, mid-class. Existing thing, 1 million in a flat in Berlin for me, luxury, and 90 million maybe would invest for the rescue plan for Euro Disney, quoting my daughter, where 4 weeks ago, Daddy, it was not really good here. So again, sorry, but this is again, then it's gone, 500 million. So more residential, and again, I like the gentleman here also more in the developments. Which is on the risk curve in our thinking today at the right end, but my gut feeling tells me that it's the development thing becomes much more the so-called new core. If you have a kind of asset management company and maybe some 10,000 euros also in a Chinese real estate stock listed company coming to Europe, and let's see what's after 10 years going on with the money.
Okay, good.